let's use simple deltoid as an easy way to do this, okay? Let's see, watch out. Easy way to do this, I'll put it back in again. All right, easy way to do this is deltoid, nice and simple, straightforward, okay? So the 3-second rule is, you have them hold it, you are perpendicular to the appendage. So here's perpendicular to the appendage. If it was infraspinatus, here's perpendicular to the appendage in the line of drive that goes from short to long of the muscle, right? Whatever the contraction is. If it's subscapularis, look how low I am. Here I'm perpendicular. This is a 90-degree angle I'm creating here. You see it? Okay? All right, so I'm always perpendicular. Supraspinatus, I'm still perpendicular. Perpendicular. Okay? In the line of drive of the muscle. All right? Now we're going to be marking our muscles as well as we go, by the way. We're going to be marking them with the whiteboard markers, not the permanent markers, the whiteboard markers. That's important. So here it is here, holding up as hard as you can, holding up, hard as you can. As he's pushing up, first second now, second second I'm pushing, and third second I'm already letting off. So you're really trying to break it for about 1 second. At the first second, you're feeling him contract and hold it. The second second, you're trying to break it. The third second, you're beginning to let off. Okay, it only takes about 1 second for you to feel that there's a weakness there. Now, if you go longer than 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, you may get into fatigue. So the muscle may be fatiguing. You don't really know if it's a weakness or not a weakness. You're always testing both sides. If you find a weakness, you're testing both sides. Always to ascertain whether or not, maybe they're just globally weak. Maybe they're just weak in the C6 nerve root, or the C7 or the C5 nerve root. So you have to test both sides, okay? So here we go again. So that's the test that's how you do your strength testing, okay? Now, length testing, and so the strength testing, the muscle is always put into, for the most part, the contracted or shortened position. Now, not in every single case is the muscle in its most short position. It depends upon the dynamics of the muscle in terms of load, where you have the person hold their appendage or their shoulder or their arm. So I'm not doing the deltoid up here. This is really where the most activity of it will be in this position, so that's why I'm doing it this way. All right, so but this deltoid is still, middle deltoid is still shortened. Okay? Infraspinatus, okay, this is pretty much the shortened position of infraspinatus. Subscapularis, this is pretty much the shortened position of subscap, okay? And because supraspinatus is just usually initiating abduction in the first 30 degrees, that would be the shortened position for it. Okay? Now, we're internally rotating, even though subscapularis is an external rotator, because it takes out of play the other synergistic muscles and actually isolates the supraspinatus more if we use it in internal rotation to do the testing. That's why the thumb is down and not up. Okay? So the length testing we're going to do now. So I'm going to get you guys to do the strength testing. I'm going to also get you to do the length testing right now. And I think the easy way to do the length testing would be a muscle like pec major, middle head, okay? And so the length testing, I'll just use often my middle finger to do the testing, just my middle finger, once I bring them. So I'll bring them to a point where I begin to feel some tension, and then I'll just feel with my middle finger a little bit more, but it's only at the initial point of resistance. Now, I seem to recall that I lengthened the right side on him. So I'm noticing in him right now that the left side is short. But actually, I think when we originally would have tested him before I lengthened the right side, they probably would have been even. Okay? So talking about sustainability, I lengthened that an hour ago, it's still longer, right? it still feels looser than going back farther. So it's really great sustainability, you know. So I want you guys to break up and just do the testing the way that I've done it. And I'm going to come back and I want you to tell me, especially for the length testing as well, and if you find a weakness, let me know and I'm going to test it and come and see if you're doing it correctly. If you don't need the gloves yet for the testing, but you will need the gloves for the treatment. Now, if there's any discrepancies, if you're feeling that one is short or whatever, put your hand up, I'm going to come over and check it. And if you, I'm just going to come over and I may just come over and do the testing on each of you very quickly for you to actually, for you as the patient to be able to give feedback to the tester, whether or not he's pressing too hard or not enough. I'm going to come and do it. You guys can give feedback to each other. This will just take a few minutes. I'll pop around to everybody just to make sure you're doing the test properly, okay? All right, so break up into pairs. Let's start doing the testing now.